guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be discussing about infertility. And what is this infertility we are talking about? Infertility, on my own definition, can be a disease of the reproductive system. So it can also be defined by the failure to achieve clinical pregnancy after 12 months or more. And there are some causes of this particular infertility. A lot of things can cause infertility. Most of those things that can cause infertility are as follows. There can be poor diet, chemical pollution, and as well reproductive system infection. So most of these things I listed here can equally cause infertility in women as well in men. So today we'll be discussing about this 1 + 1 = 3 smoothie juice, which we can use to treat this infertility, and as well is known as selenium. So this selenium is what I'll be explaining today on how to prepare these different fruits and nuts that can help us to treat this infertility. And remember, children comes from God, is not from man. And in as much as I put on this lecture today, I still want you to understand that it's only God that can do all things. As we put on our own best, first of all, let us look unto God, pray and believe in Him, then contribute our own as well in order to achieve what we want. So as I take you in for the production and show you on the process on how to produce this particular smoothie, stay tuned as we go. Now we are here to do our practical. You can see all I explained early, what we are going to use in order to get this effective result to treat this infertility and have a proper result for fertility. So this is exactly the fruits and the nuts, and as well our grain, which we are going to make use of today in order to get this effective result. So what I'll be doing now is to explain to you guys what these different fruits, nuts, and as well our grain contains that will help us in order to treat this particular infertility. Remember, I told you earlier that ensuring a supply of certain nutrients such as selenium and vitamin E proves to be very essential for our fertility. So this 1 + 1 and 1 + 1 = 3 smoothie we are making today helps us a lot in order to promote this infertility, to help us to get a perfect result for fertility. So remember, I said earlier that there are some causes that infertility. Most of us doesn't recognize or may not know that poor diet and chemical pollutions, as well reproductive system infection, causes infertility to our system. So most of these things are the problem we experience. But with this particular juice or smoothie which I are going to prepare today, I promise you, by the grace of God, is going to help you to improve your fertility. For those that have not been conceiving with this, if you try it the way I am going to explain it for you, by the help of God, our Father, I believe you are going to have a very effective result. So one of these different fruits we are using today, we have our avocado pear. This avocado pear we are going to be using today, we are not going to make use of full one. We are going to make use of half of it. We are going to divide this into two to use half part of it in order to prepare this smoothie. Avocado pear is very good source of vitamin E. It helps a lot in our vitamin E and as well vitamin B. Secondly, we have what we call our oranges. So these oranges we are using here, we are going to use this orange, not only one. If you have a bigger one that can give you 1 full glass of liquid, that is exactly what you're going to use to prepare this particular juice. So we are going to be extracting the water of this orange in order to get 1 full glass to prepare this remedy. Orange juice is a very good source of folate. It's also necessary for reproduction and as well prevention of fertile formation. So you can see it's also contains vitamin C, which helps our system. So next one again is our Brazilian nut, which is also essential to our system. It is a very known food richest in selenium. 2 nuts provide recommended daily amount of these nutrients, which can help us in this particular smoothie to promote our fertility. So Brazilian nut is very good. It's rich in selenium. It's a very natural fertility promoter, which further increase libido for our reproduction system. So the next one again we are going to use again is our wheat jam. Our wheat jam is a very essential and a wonderful grain that helps us in our reproductive system to promote fertility. So this wheat jam we are using here is just only 2 spoons. You are going to make use of in order to promote your fertility. So we are going to use this 2 spoons out of this particular one now to do this production in a smoothie form. So you can see that with jam, they are very good source of vitamin E as well. This also helps us in our vitamin B. With these different fruits, jams, and as grain as well, our nuts is exactly what is going to help us to treat this infertility. What I'll be doing now is for us to go ahead to bring them into smoothie form. So let's go as we do this. Remember, I told you guys earlier that before any production, make sure you disinfect the fruits in order to make them to come out in a better position for consumption. So now what I'm doing now is to make sure that I clean and as well disinfect them from any germs with a neat water. As well, your salt can help you to disinfect any germ that is in the fruit. So what I will do now is just to make sure I clean them or wash them properly. That's it. So now peel off our nuts. So make sure that you peel off the belly in order to get the wonderful seed we need. So as you peel it off, make sure you also wash and see the 6 pieces needed for this smoothie production for infertility treatment. So I wash. So make sure I use my extractor for this orange to extract the water from it. So you can see the way I'm extracting the water. Make sure I extract the water. So 1 glass of the orange juice, which we need for this production of this smoothie for treatment of infertility. So now we'll be keeping this apart in order to slice our Brazilian nuts. That's what we'll be slicing now. So this is what I'll be doing now. Pieces it. It's a very strong nut. So now dividing this spear into 2 parts. You can see the way I divide the pear. So what we'll be taking is half of this one is what we use for this smoothie. So you make sure that you peel off the back. You can see this is exactly what we need for this production. Blending our Brazilian nut first. Add a little quantity of the orange juice. Now with jam, which is 2 spoons that is needed into this preparation. So this is the first spoon which I'll be adding inside, then 2nd spoon as well, which I'll be taking inside. That's the 2 spoons which is needed, is have been added now. So what do we do again? We make sure that we blend these ones together first before we add the final avocado pear. So this, the next one I'll be adding inside to blend. continue to blend it to make it. So you can see that we have blended our wheat jam, Brazilian nut, and as well our avocado pear. That is the 3 contents I've already added there. The next final one we are going to add now is this, our orange juice, the remaining of the orange juice. Remember, initially I added a little in order to use it to blend the Brazilian nut, so that it can be easy to be blended. So the remaining one now is what I'll be adding inside to get the smoothie which we need for this infertility treatment. So that's what I'll be adding now. So we blend. Yeah, why I blend it up to this extent to make sure that they are properly mixed well. So that's our smoothie which we need for this treatment. So you can see that our 1 + 1 = 3 smoothie is ready. Smoothie drink that is good to treat infertility is ready. So for couples that are seeking for children that want to have offspring, you can take this particular smoothie, 1 glass of this smoothie 3 to 5 times in a week. Make sure you take 1 glass of this smoothie 3 to 5 times in a week and continue to take it for a couple of weeks or several weeks for you to have effective results. Thank you and God bless you. Bye for now.